Yard open, yard is open.
Yard open.
Yard open.
Yard open.
Yes, sir.
On here with my boy Vic. So me and Vic used to be mortal enemies on the basketball court. I feel like on the compound, I was one, he was two. He might feel it was the other way around. You know what I'm saying?
It was the other way around.
But either way, we were the top two players. But unlike LeBron and Wade, we never played together in basketball. Never. You know what I'm saying? And I beat you for a championship on top of that. But anyway, right?
Yes, indeed.
So tell people, introduce yourself, who you are, how long you do in prison, how long have you been out, and what have you been doing, like, to stay out, and since you've been out.
I'm Victor Dorsey. I've been out 10 and a half years. I did a total of 25 years. As far as being out here in the world, what made me not want to go back is to put my family first. Because one thing I knew about myself, the first thing you got to do is you have to recognize who you are as a person. And I recognized that if I was to go through my own understanding, that I was just going to come right back out here and be a knucklehead like I've always been in my life. So I came to the conclusion, if I put my family first and not want to continuously hurt, people like my moms, that I had a better chance on not returning back to prison. And that's my my success story. My family and friends are the most important things in life to me, and that's one thing I figured. Things like this right here that we put together and hang around my family, that's my bread and butter in life, and that's what makes me a successful person. Life is not all about finances, even though we need money, but it's not all about trying to be rich. It's about maintaining your life of freedom out here, because being out here is the most important thing. Being out there, being back in prison is not a thing that you want to be continuously doing.
So we all have to have jobs. We all got to make money some type of way. What have you been doing to earn a good living since you've been out?
This is what I recommend for everybody that's getting out of prison. If you don't have a startup, get your CDL license. If you can get your CDL license, you're going to take off. You're going to automatically take off, because the driving trucks is something that you're going to be guaranteed to drive as long as you keep your CDL license clean. You're going to always have a job, and that job is going to pay you. You can go from zero to a hero in 3 years with a CDL license. I recommend that to everybody getting out of prison. And you have to make a decision before you get out of prison to not want to go back to prison.
That's
Our motto is this right here. Going back to prison is not an option. You have to think that way. If you don't think that way, man, this world gonna eat you up out here. Because this world is much harder don't think that you are smarter than the authorities, police, or none of that stuff like that. Have an option, man. That option is going back to prison is not one.
Because temptation is out here.
Very much so,
That
man.
temptation is strong.
Yes, indeed.
Matter of fact, Steve was talking about, like, just in his first 18 months, seeing people who he knows who either been in prison or never went to prison, and they out here in the streets getting all this money, they having all these different women and, all this different stuff, and like, it's just hard to stay away from that temptation, But
Yeah, but
once
my
you
thing
got
is
your
this
eyes on
right
the
here.
prize.
I look at it like this right here.
Well, you did 25 years, so
Yeah,
it's a little
a
different.
lot of people don't even realize, man, that we've been in prison all these years and we doing better than the people that ain't never been to prison.
That's a fact.
Because our mindset. Our mindset, we gonna come out here, we gonna hit the ground running, and we gonna be a success story, man.
That's right.
That's what you got to do. Don't come out here talking about I need a month break to recuperate. Come out here and hit the ground running, man, and do your thing, man. We're a success story for real.
All right. Appreciate you, Vic.
Yes, sir, bro. Most definitely, man.
All right, this is my boy Castleberry right here.
Yes,
So
sir.
introduce yourself. Let them know your name, how long you do in prison, how long you been out, and what you been doing with yourself since you've been out.
My name Tori Castleberry. Some people call me John Tucker, the bad motherfucker. I did 12 years, 9 months, 4,653 days to the door.
Okay.
Since been home 9 years, June 30th. Been drug free ever since. Don't drink, don't smoke. That's my thing. Came home. Believe it or not, I was digging ditches, sewer work, inside septic tank, doing what it takes. And I remember them first 2 days, man, I thought about quitting. And I said, God, just get me through the day. Not tomorrow, just today. I made it through that first day. Second day was rough too. And I said, God, get me through it. By the third day, God hadn't gave me what I needed to get through it. Like I said, I've been home 9 years, man. This is the longest I ever been on the streets. Been gainfully employed the whole time. I worked with the city of Clearwater. Started on the back of a garbage truck. Next thing you know, I went to driving because I wasn't satisfied being back there. Now I'm working water distribution and just became a lead worker a couple months ago. So I'm kind of supervising some guys, but at the same time, they supervising me because they help me to deal with, being in authority over other people without being roughshod like they did us in the joint.
Right. Okay. So, me and Castleberry were teammates once upon a time, you know what I'm saying? On that championship basketball run at Sumter, you know what I'm saying? We were the stacked deck, you know what I'm saying?
Still stacked.
Still rolling.
That was that time with Cleve dunked, and you got kind of jealous because, you know what I mean? You had to get you one in.
I had to get me one.
You got it in, didn't you?
And then went and got another one, you know what I'm saying? That's when it all hit the fan, you know what I'm saying?
That's when it hit the fan.
That's a story for another time.
Another time.
But man, Castleberry might have actually saved my life that day, who knows, you know what I'm saying? But good friend, actually when I first got out, fresh out after 17 years, I'm at the A. Brown Ministries, homeless. Old Castleberry, one of the first ones, come see me, man. Broke them off some money, some words of encouragement, recognize the situation you're in, but at the same time, you gotta do what you gotta do, Good man, inside and out, dog. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from Cass, man.
A lot of times, man, when I talk to my friends, I talk about what I learned in prison. Before I got there, it was like, I'm just trying to survive. But once I got there, I started getting some messages from some dude. We call it politics. Shout out to Bill Maxwell. And just information, man. Just words of wisdom, things they done read, things some old school cats done passed down, and we just spread it around, man. And that's where I got my blessings from, man, learning from them dudes. What the teacher name was, the black dude?
Ham.
I remember.
Call him Ham. Is it Henderson? Mr. Henderson?
Something like
Hamilton,
that.
Hamilton.
Mr. Hamilton.
Lorenzo Hamilton.
Yeah. So we walking down the schoolyard one day, and dude's got this teacher books. He's surrounded by people, man. And he said, I said, man, you got a lot of people around you. The dude like, yeah, man, that's what you got to do. Surround yourself with good people. Now, we was convicts, and he was a free world dude coming in to teach us about arithmetic and things and such. But he told me that, and I never forgot it, because now that's what I do. I surround myself with good people. All these brothers here, man. It's a blessing.
Rock solid. All right, man. Thank you.
One love, man.
Good seeing you.
On the yard.
Yes, sir. Yeah. All right, let me hold this for a second.
Oh yeah, what's up, brother?
Smoke on the bizcocho.
Yo.
So Let these people know what's your name, how long you do, how long you've been out, and what have you been up to since you've been out of prison?
My name is Jadel Morales, known as Jake Biscocho. I went to prison when I was 16. I did 25 years. I was serving a life sentence. It was overturned because of the fact that I was a juvenile. And I've been out 6 years now. Since I've been out, I became a trustee, a board member at Abraham Ministries. I'm also a vice president of Justice Services at AGC Design, which is run by Gary Gilkey and Ryan Jensen, the football players. So far, man, I've been doing extremely good. Went from doing concrete, digging holes, to actually being a supervisor now. You know, so.
See, I like that.
The right thing.
It's because this is a popular thing. It's a few guys who I've talked to who basically, like, you know, the saying, you get it from the dirt, you get it from the mud. You know, you got out with the mentality that you're going to do whatever you need to do.
That's right.
To succeed, you know what I'm saying? So if it's, you know, a lot of people got the ego, oh, I'm too good to dig a ditch, this, that, and the other, you know, but you did what you had to do.
Well, the fact is you got to do what you got to do regardless. You'll be in prison for nothing. But when you come out here, bro, the same mentality you had, you know, you're a hustler every day, you know, being with the gang, and being a leader of a gang, all that you learn in there, you bring out here, you can do it to the good. You know, it went from, digging and carrying blocks and bricks, doing concrete every day, dirty, muggy, don't want to get off, ain't making no money, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I know that I was going to get somewhere because my mentality is I'm not going to be digging forever. You put me in this situation, but I'm going to show you that I'm better than that.
Right.
And I took that to the next level and then the next level. And now I'm telling the same guy who was my boss, hey, my man, tomorrow, you know, we got to do this, we got to do that. Hey, Jay, you're the one in charge. You got that right. Got that. You know, I went from digging to being who I know who I am. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And to better myself, bro.
And you earned that. You worked for that.
Well, you know,
and people saw your work ethic. You willing to get down here and do what you need to do.
But not being religious, bro. But this is what I learned, and I learned this from one of my main guys. You know, and the fact is that I don't earn nothing. I don't deserve nothing, bro. Bro, I don't even deserve to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? But by the grace of God, this is where I'm at. Whatever I have, God gave it to me. And I appreciate every single day of what I have. I might not have much, but I got something. Not just my freedom, you know what I mean? I got my wife, I got my property. You know, I want more. So I ain't satisfied. But God gave me everything I got, bro, you know?
It seems like when you show appreciation for what you got, more blessings come your way. You know what I'm saying? When you appreciate, when you thankful, and when you earn what you got, I don't know, it seems like it's more happiness inside. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the deal is when you accept what's given to you.
Yeah.
And you appreciate what's given to you.
Gotta appreciate it.
No matter how hard you work, you know, no matter how many hours you did, no matter how many days you don't got up and you don't, one day after day you fail, you got up, you did it again. Bro, God gonna bless you every single day. So what you got is what you gotta appreciate.
So I got a question, right? You were 16 when you went in with a life sentence.
Yeah.
How did you feel when they finally took that life sentence off you and told you you were going home?
Well, I was never until I was going home, because he gave me 40 years. When I was told I was going home, well, 2 days later, 8 o'clock in the morning, hey, hurry up. We missed you yesterday, but you got to go today. I wasn't expecting nothing. It was like, what? You going home, come on.
They had to do
I never went back to prison.
They had to do some recalculating.
They calculated. Everything went so fast that I would have to do emergency release. So when I got out on paper clothes and a pair of shower slides.
It don't even matter. Huh?
Now, I don't care. I got out butt naked.
Let me out. Let me go.
But it was so fast. It happened so fast that it didn't register. 1 minute I got a life sentence. The next minute I'm on the streets. You know, it happened. You know, it took a while for me to be able to realize what just happened.
So did you go straight to A. Brown? Or did you go to your family?
Well, the judge ordered for A. Brown for me to be released to A. Brown. So the pastor from A. Brown is the one that came and got me. And I went straight to A. Brown. Wayne.
Wayne, oh yeah.
Pastor,
Yeah.
no, Pastor Clyde. No, Wayne, Pastor Wayne. Pastor Wayne, he's the one that passed away.
I was wondering, I
Kobe.
went by there and I
Kobe.
noticed he wasn't there.
Kobe.
I didn't know what happened with him.
Yeah, Kobe. So that's Kobe. He opened a church like 3 blocks from my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I first get to Sumter, me and him were in the same dorm and shit, right? And I remember it was something about the TV. Man, me and this coach are down there about to kill each other.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you been in there for a while. You know how it is, man. You come to the squad, bro, we got rules. But then you got this big joker right here. He wasn't that big. But he was still, you know, he was young. He still, you know, he gonna give you a good fight. He go over there and touch the TV. Like, yo, my man, hey, what the hell you think you doing? Cause you big and all that. What were you touching the TV for? Oh man, I thought you were gonna back down. You know, everybody respect that. Okay, yo, my bad. Man, this dude talking about he gonna do whatever the hell he think he gonna do. Who the fuck he think I am? Oh hell no. So he never backed down. I never backed down, and that's what became this friendship right here. That's why, and you know, he earned my respect. You know, I wasn't no bad boy, but just, you know, the crew I was with, and everybody knew, you know, respect. You know, you respect me, I respect you. You know, you cross the line, I'm gonna get you. Or you gonna get me regardless, you know, but I ain't had nothing to lose. That was the mentality, so people knew that. So people knew that, okay, we take it there, we're gonna take it to a different level. This sucker right here talking about, man, who the hell you think I am? Hey. And that's what I like about him. He always been a man. Always, ever since he was young, he was still a man. And he never backed down. That, you know, that earned my respect. You know?
I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, my man.
Thank you, man.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.
Hey, man, this shit choking the shit out of me.
All right, yard open. I here with my boy Steve. We're at the Sumter reunion, catching up. We do this once a year. They call it, what is it, free and forward?
Free and forward.
Free and forward. You know, we're all free, moving forward, progressing. And yeah, introduce yourself. Let people know, you know, how long you doing prison, how long you've been out, and like the success story that you have since you've been out.
True. My name's Steve. Been out, what now? It's 2012, so what that is? 10 years?
11.
11 years. Been out 11 years. Did 8.5 years. Fortunate enough to, I'd done enough time to where it counted this time. It wasn't my first rodeo.
Okay.
But the first rodeo was more like, it was short term, so I really didn't
You ain't learned nothing. You didn't feel that pain.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
That second trip made it made, I lost family members, lost people that was close to me, and I felt it that time.
Yeah.
I'm out now, working. I'm here at Jerry-On, the #1 ram dealership in the nation. I'm a finance manager there, been there for about 8 years now. And just living life, enjoying it, working, and taking care of my family.
So tell them about how you, like when you got out, you had gold teeth, right? But, you know, just cleaning your image up and whatnot. You know
So
what I'm
basically, when I was up the road, I was always trying to figure out what my purpose in life was. And even when I was up the road, I used to be hustling when I was up the road. And people used to tell me, you got the gift of gab. So when I got out, I told myself I was gonna get into some kind of sales field, right? Got out, I filled out over 60 applications. I was getting frustrated with life because nobody would give me the opportunity. I went to my dad's church and I met a dude there that was working at this call center, and he gave me an opportunity selling free cruises over the phone, selling a free cruise, right?
Okay.
I tightened up my game there, learned the lingo, and I was given an opportunity to work for a corporation with a mouthful of goals. I did so well, they gave me management position. I got district manager. I was in charge of 8 stores. I was in charge of 140 employees,
right,
with a mouthful of goals. I bumped into a guy that used to work for me one night. I'm out in St. Pete, and he showed me his phone, and he showed me his year to date. And he was at $250,000 in September. And I knew, because he worked for me, that I was a much better salesperson than him. So I took the chance of going into a whole new field of car sales with him, and the rest has been history, bro. It's like it's been a blessing in my life. I've been able to take care of my family. I've been able to take care of myself. And that's what I want to do, just leave a blessing for my family. That's it.
All right. Well, good speaking with you. Good motivational story.
Yes, sir.
Letting people know, regardless of your circumstances, you can get out there and get it. You just got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? What's your path? What's your blessing? And how can you monetize that?
Yeah, and never get discouraged.
Yeah.
And never be afraid to help the next person out. Don't ever get to that point where you feel like, oh, I done made it, and then don't come back and take care of the people that ain't made it.
I feel like that's where your blessings come from anyway.
Yeah.
It's helping other people.
Yeah.
It could be zero profit for you in it.
Because the dude,
you just doing that out of the kindness of your heart.
Met,
yeah.
And I was surprised about, he gave me the opportunity.
Right.
And he didn't know me.
He saw something in me.
He saw something in me.
All right, it's my man Ski here. So introduce yourself, let them know your name, how long you do in prison, how long you been out of prison,
Okay.
and what you've been doing since you've been home.
Okay. My name is Aaron Martin. I actually did 30 years to the door out of 50 years. I've been home 4 years. Since I've been home, I did a little work the first year. Afterwards, I started getting my benefits for disability and my Social Security. So I'm just living.
Okay.
Staying out the way of everybody that's creating problems.
So, in your mind, how did you make it through doing 30 years in prison?
A lot of prayer and being around the right type of people to keep me out of situations that I had no knowledge to or shouldn't be in.
Okay.
So, and the ones I'm around so far as of today is part of that.
30 years, huh?
30 years, sir.
Let's see, what else, man? So any advice for younger guys who might be starting to venture the wrong way?
Well, the best advice I can give them is to pray about any situation that you got or you involved in before you try to involve yourself in it. And furthermore, when you're young, the best thing to do is get your credentials to be able to survive in society, like your ID, your driver's license. That's a first start.
Right.
And then from that point, you can get jobs. Then you can look on the internet or any other spots to find good jobs that can do something for you instead of out here in the world trying to get it the fast way.
So Ski was my basketball coach at Sumter, right? So Ski feel like he Phil Jackson, boy. You still into the game? You still watch the games a lot?
I watch the games.
You still
yeah.
basketball still your heart?
I'll always be.
You still think you got it? You still got a little jump shot? Or?
You know what? Finally, since you mentioned that, our guy JR was about 6'2". And I got a little group of guys where we sit down and play poker or shoot a little dice just to kick the bobo. So they was talking trash about their basketball skills and this and that. And so I told them, I said, I had a friend that was in the joint named JR that's out now that's doing great things that would dog you. He said, I don't see nobody. I said, well, I outshoot you.
Yeah.
So we went to the coach, started out shooting. I knocked down a few jumpers and he saw one thing. He said, well, let's play a game. So we went to 3. We were going to 7, but we didn't make it to no more than 3. I ended up beating him. And he got an attitude. So I don't think I'm gonna try.
I'm saying you won your last match, man.
My last match.
You retiring the champ.
I'm retiring the champ. That's what it is.
Man, it's good you finally made it home, man.
I made it home.
30 years, staying out the way, enjoying life.
True that.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
All right. You take care.
You too,
Much
bro.
love, man.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing what you're doing, man.
I will.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here with my dog, Big Lou.
Say, what's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So introduce yourself, let people know your name.
Yeah.
If you want to let them know you from the Bronx, you can let them know that, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, he's still with that.
How much time you do, how long you been out, and what you been doing with yourself since you've been out?
Man, my name is Big Lou, Louis Control. Been out for 2 years now. Did 21 years. ever since I came out, you know, done got blessed with my own business, you know what I'm saying? So got people working up under me, man. God's good, you feel me?
I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the business?
Well, we remodel homes, handyman stuff, you know, construction area. Yeah, always been good with my hands, you know?
Okay.
And just doing it, man, staying busy, you know?
All right. Well, where you located at?
I live in South Tampa, but you know, we do work everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Central Florida, if we gotta go to Clearwater, St. Pete, we do work everywhere. Central Florida, we gotta go down south a little bit, we'll take care of that, yeah.
Okay, so what's a piece of advice you would give guys either getting out of prison or just found themselves like in a hard spot?
Man, you find yourself in a hard spot, the only thing that I could tell you, and this is real talk, is introduce yourself to that. You know what I'm saying? Introduce yourself to your storm, man. Whatever you're going through, it ain't the end, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't the end because it's something better after that. You know what I mean? So you're getting out of prison, just know that, you know, you gotta stay focused, man. Stay focused.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about like suggestions for like money? You know what I'm saying? Because that's majority of guys going to prison. The reason why they went to prison in the first place is chasing money by one way or the other. You know, doing it a legal way. You know, let them know it's legal ways to get a lot of money out here.
That's right. That's right. You know, it's good to have money, but it ain't a good thing to love money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you love money, you're gonna get in trouble. But you know, if you ain't got no education, get your education, man. Learn something. Learn a trade. You know, if you're good at fixing cars, do that.
Okay.
If you're good at construction, do that. Just don't ever fall in love with money because loving money will get you in trouble.
So you started your own business.
Yep.
So what were your steps to get your business started? Because you got out, right? You
That's
didn't
right.
did you automatically start your business or were you working for somebody else?
No, well, what I did was I met up with a contractor and I learned the aspects of running a business as far as like construction wise. And you know, I went, learned up under him. But you know, when you're a quick learner, you grab things quicker, you feel me? So it's like, you know, I worked up under a contractor and you know, I never wanted to work for anybody when I got out. So I went and took a leap of faith, man, and started doing my own thing, and now I got guys working for me, you know?
So Big Lou and I both have a problem with people feeling like they in authority over us, you know what I'm saying? So one of the best things you can do is work for yourself.
That's right, bro. Entrepreneur.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Man, stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? Stay prayed up, man, because we're not in this alone, man. You know, and stay focused. That's my motto. Stay focused, bro. Stay focused, for real.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
My man.
Yes, sir. Good
God
seeing you.
bless. Yes, sir, bro. Good seeing you, man.
It's my man Chris. Introduce yourself. Let them know your name, how long you do in prison, how long you been out, and what you've been doing since you've been home.
All right, my name is Chris. I did 19 years, 5 months, 11 days. I have been home since February 2nd, 2015. And I currently do wastewater part-time, and I do controls and SCADA full-time.
Okay. So, what's some advice you would give to guys getting out of prison? Or have, you know, not necessarily, maybe they're in trouble or they're kind of stuck, you know, in life in a bad place. Any advice, you know?
Usually it all starts from you.
Okay.
You have to start with yourself. You don't have to have the best plan, you just have to have a plan. When you don't have a plan, you just fail. You know, you're just reaching the straws. Just come up with a plan, you gotta stick to it. It may change, that's okay.
Gotta be flexible.
Gotta be flexible, and just stay true to it.
So when I first get out, 17 years, 7 months, 17 days, I'm at A. Brown Ministries, riding the city bus, you know, to and from work. So it's like, man, okay, I've grinded up a few dollars. I'm ready to get a car. I go to this spot, they got a car, you know, for a reasonable price. You know, here it is, I think I got enough money. You know, they're like, oh, well, registration is $400. You know, plus we need money for this. We need money for that. So I'm like, damn. Old Chris at LV was like, what? Oh yeah, you need some money? This, that, don't even worry about it. Hey, well, you know, I could pay you back. Don't even worry about paying me back. You know what I'm saying? Just pass the blessings on to somebody else, dog.
That's it.
That's some real shit right there, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? You know, you've been part of the journey, just like, you know, a lot of these brothers, man. I appreciate that, you know.
I'll get that in a minute. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Anything else you want to add?
I mean, I think, you know, for those of us now, all the advice is taking fruit or taking hold and bearing fruit. But you kind of hit it right on the head. You just pay it forward.
That's a big deal. You know what? Like, life for me has been hard, right? But life for, you know, a lot of people is difficult. But in prison is a very bad place, very dark place. But at the same time, you know, there are little dots of light in there. You know what I'm saying? And there's good people around, and every now and then, you know, just when your battery's dying, you know what I'm saying? Like a person come along and just give you a little charge and keep you going and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things, you know, with me, is that like strangers have often helped me out, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard for me to be a mean, bitter person when like so many people have helped me along the way.
And it's a decision.
And it's a decision.
It's 100% a decision.
And I decide to pass those same, you know, if somebody need a hand, I don't necessarily got to know them. You know, they could be strangers. I don't know. You know, I just know definitely you and LV added to that. You know what I'm saying? You know, like when my boy Sap came home, same thing. You know, you need anything, shopping, clothes, money. You know, I do that with I don't know about a lot of guys, but I've done it a lot of times, you know, so.
And just to backtrack a little bit, if I had to give anybody any advice coming home from prison, it's patience. You just have to be patient.
Bro.
Because we always think that, you know, freedom is this, and it is, I'm not saying that it's not, this wonderful thing, but it's kind of a concept because there's other burdens that come with it that we ain't prepared for.
So, when you got out, was the job ready for you?
No.
Because I remember you doing wastewater treatment, and you went right into that anyway.
Yeah, so when I say it wasn't waiting for it, it was about 6 weeks.
Okay.
So it wasn't a long wait.
But you still had to apply, you had to go through the application process, and it wasn't like an automatic thing. So for me, after doing all those years in prison, you know, you think, okay, I'm gonna apply for jobs, but you're filling out applications, you're not going in writing stuff, you know, filling out a piece of paper, sitting at McDonald's, you know, checking boxes and whatnot, everything's online, you know. And, you know, it might be a glitch in the phone, a glitch in their system, you're getting frustrated, now I'm trying to get this job, you know. So patience is
key.
Patience is a big deal.
Because a lack of it leads you right down the wrong path.
It'll get you emotional. Without having patience, you get frustrated, you start acting emotionally.
You start putting that weight on your back.
Yeah.
And it's artificial, it's self-created.
It is.
Self-defeating.
It is.
And it's like I tell her, you know, most of the people that I know are out now, but, you know, I would always tell them it's going to come in its own time. It may happen in a month. It may take 2 years. It's going to happen. You just keep moving forward. You may be moving forward an inch at a time.
An inch, it's still an inch, it's still progress.
But move forward.
Yeah.
And you have to be patient. It's just patience.
All right. I appreciate you. It's good seeing you as always. I appreciate that lesson, man.
Absolutely.
You know, you definitely, the seed was already in my heart, but you and LV, y'all definitely helped water that, man. I thank you for that, man.
And it's easy when we come from a common background, but, you know, it's like you said, there's people you meet that you don't know them.
Yeah.
And they need help.
They do.
And it's the same thing. You know, circumstances are different, but it's still the same thing.
Same story.
Same story.
It's my partner Bill right here, man. So introduce yourself. Let them know your name, how long you do in prison, how long you been out, and what have you been doing since you've been out?
My name's Billy. I did a 15-year sentence. I've been out 11 years now, and I am a commercial plumber, actually.
Okay. All right. So that's a good point, right? So one of the main things that will keep you from going back to prison is getting a legitimate trade, a legitimate skill. So to me, it seems like one of the easiest things you can do is to be a truck driver. So that's like I tell guys all the time, get your CDLs, hit the road, get a little money, see the country. But that's a good one as well. I forgot you were a plumber. I don't know why, because I know you're so good with cars and stuff. I don't know why I thought you were in there with cars, but I remember I tried to get you the job at the dealership, and that's right, you did say you had a good thing going already with the plumbing. All right. So other than the plumbing, okay, so what's some good advice you would give to guys who maybe just getting out of prison or potentially on their way to prison?
On your way out, and find you a spot to be, man. Life isn't complicated. Everybody's hiring. You can walk down the road and see a 20 or 30 now hiring signs.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna let you walk in there, even as a convicted felon.
So the pandemic did kind of help us out in that situation.
Absolutely.
Because it was really hard to get a job, certain jobs, before the pandemic. After, people were getting all this unemployment. Nobody wants to work now.
Nobody wants to work.
So if you do have a work ethic, somebody will take a chance on you. Okay, you're right. Okay.
If you're on your way to prison or thinking about doing something that's going to take you there, man, there's a lot to lose. You know what I'm saying? You're getting to a point where your family's getting old, your mom and dad, unexpected family deaths, you know what I'm saying? Family's everything.
Family's everything.
You know what I'm saying? I lost my brother and it hurt. It hurt. So just think about what you got to lose if you do something.
There's definitely opportunities out there. A lot of people don't realize, they're unaware,
right,
of what's out there.
Yeah.
Growing up in poor neighborhoods, all we see is either people are just doing bad or they're doing something illegal to be successful.
Right.
Because really, we all have dreams of being successful. We just don't have a plan.
Correct.
All right.
Every skilled labor trade needs help. Electricians, plumbers, concrete, construction. If you don't want a job, you can't. If you don't want a job, then you're not gonna find a job because everybody is hiring.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it.
And also, is even when you learn a trade, don't be content.
Right.
Learn more. Talk to other people in your field, people who are venturing off, doing their own thing, starting their own businesses. Learn from them. What's something that you could, help me out with to start my own business.
What made you take this step, the next step?
Yeah. Because the more you know, the more valuable you are, the more you can earn.
Right.
Also start your own thing. All right. Well, it's good talking to you, Billy. It's good seeing you. It's been a little while.
Absolutely, bro.
I've missed a couple of the reunions for work, been traveling or whatever, but I'm glad I could catch you, man.
Yes, sir.
Glad to see you, bro. Life is good, ain't it, man?
Life is good.